Alright, how's it going, guys? So I'm making another video today. What I'm going to be talking about is how women have been absolutely destroyed by Satan in modern times. How it's just, I'm just going to be talking about it because God wants me to talk about it. So women in modern times, they, it's just so bad, bro, because Satan has got into all of their minds, and he's done it through society, through what society has said to women. They say, you want to be a strong, independent woman, you don't need a man, you can be independent, you can do all these things on your own. And it's like, all of that goes against women's core purpose, which is for man. Like, women were created for man, as man was created for God. The reason women exist is literally for man, and that's inside every woman. That's what they want at their deepest point. That's what every single woman wants at their deepest point. It's a man and it's a family, because that's what they were created for. That's what they were created for. Inside of every man, they want God. It's like, and women want God too. I'm not saying that women don't want God, but women were created for men. And a lot of women get offended when you say this. A lot of women, because they're products of the culture that we live in, of these lies that Satan has created to try and destroy women. Because when women believe these lies, and when they structure their realities around all of this crap, around this pride that they have, that Satan has put in them, because it's not them, it's not their fault. It's because society and Satan has put this in them. So when they structure their realities around this, it's like they just are so depressed. They have all this anxiety. That's why all these women, that's why women are so sad these days. Like, they're so sad. And you look at these polls of women versus men's happiness, and it's just like, because they don't accept what they want. They may know what they want, or they may not know what they want, but at the core of it, they just won't accept it, because they think it makes them weak. They think wanting a man, needing a man, they think it makes them weak. And it's like, it's not about that, man. It's about love. It's not about power. All these women are seeking after power. They've been seduced by Satan to look after power, while they truly want love. And it's like, they just need to get in touch. If you're a woman, you just need to get in touch with your true desires, and you need to pray to God to reveal to you your kingdom spouse, and to bring him into your life, and it'll be the best thing ever. It's going to be everything you've ever wanted, because that's what God created you to want. That's what God created you to have, and you just got to get off, women, they get, consumed with social media, consumed with having power, consumed with showing other women that they're the coolest, that they're, the most beautiful and all this stuff. And it's like, none of that stuff matters, man. None of that stuff matters. The only thing that matters for you is your relationship with your spouse and your relationship with God. That's it. And it's absolutely horrible, and women, it's even more horrible, this hookup culture, because it destroys women. Because the most valuable thing in our realm, on earth, is a woman's virtue, is a woman's virginity. That's the most valuable thing, because that is the seal of the covenant that is in our current realm. It's the seal of the covenant between a man and a woman. It's the seal of the most holy of holies of all creation. It's the seal of it. And people are breaking it and just destroying it and taking it and ripping it apart for nothing, right? And these women don't understand the value that's inside of them, because they've never been told it by a man, because men have failed women. Men have let them get to this state by just allowing them to do what they want, by just giving it up, and it's like, you have to lead these women. They can't do it on their own, because they're not strong enough. They're not as great. Woman is not as great of a creation as man is. It's just like the greatness, the glory. It's just different. It's just different, and you say that and people think of it as negative, but it's like, that's just the way God created it. And it's really the most beautiful thing ever, because when you're a woman and you have your man, you own that man. You know, he does what you tell him to do. You control him, you know, and that's the design. That's the design of man and woman. You know what I'm saying? And when you give that up, when you give up that covenant up, it's like that woman has been humbled and she has no one to take care of her. And it's like she'll never be able to fully get behind another man with all of her heart, mind, and soul, because that part of her has been ripped apart by some random dude, you know? And that's why you have it in you when you look at all these women who have had all this sex, who have had all these other relationships. That's why it's like they're not worth anything, you know? Because they've taken their value and they've thrown it to the pigs. They've thrown it to the swine. You know, that's why you have to be like, they just, you know, they need guidance. You need guidance, and you need, like, it's just awful, man. It's so bad. But yeah, it's just so prevalent on social media to where they think this is what men want. They think it. And it's like, for a lot of men, yeah, but for the man that you want, for the man that you want to be with, he doesn't want you to be a hoe. You know, he wants you to be yourself. He doesn't want you to have all this makeup, all this dyed hair. He doesn't want you to be fake. He wants the genuine you, because he loves you, you know? And that's the man that God has for you. You know, you just have to seek it out. It's like, that's the relationship that you were always meant to have. And my freaking camera's shaking. My arms are getting tired from holding this. But yeah, guys, just, it's awful. If you're like, cause I'm making this video because I was talking about it with my sister, and it's like, she thinks she wants money. She thinks she wants, you know, she thinks she wants a better job. She thinks that if she could just, you know, get more money, that she would be happy. And it's like, if you were given $50 million tomorrow, you would still be miserable, because your core of your existence, the reason you're alive, is nowhere to be found in your life. You know, you don't have a man, and like, that's the whole reason woman is alive. That's the whole reason woman exists, is to be a companion comparable to the man, you know, to be their helper. And it's like, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just the role, you know. It's like, and without woman, man couldn't exist, or man could exist, but it wouldn't be good, you know. And it's just, you know, yeah, it's a relationship where one is the stronger one and one is the weaker one, but that doesn't mean that the weaker one is it's not bad. It's good, is what I'm trying to say. You know, it's like, it's what you want. It's what has been put in you to want. It's just the society around you has told you a lie that you have believed, that where they're trying to tell you, you know, you don't need a man, be independent, like all this stuff, make all this money, you know, show these men, you know. It's like, you're just going to be miserable. You're just going to be absolutely miserable, because you're not doing what God designed you to do. You're not having what God designed you to have. And, you know, I hate it for all women, man. But I'm going to end it there. I'm just rambling at this point. If you guys like this video, if it made sense to you, consider subscribing. And if it offended you, you know, just ask God about it. You know, just ask God about it, because the culture today is not going to accept this video at all. It's very controversial in our culture today, because they think somehow tolerance and equality is good. They think somehow all of these things are good, you know, that Satan has like guised under this false pretense of morality. But it's like, God is the one who says what's moral. God is the one who says what's right. God is the one who designed everything. So you go off his book by that. And there's a ton of Bible verses on women's roles. You know, it's just, that's the reality of the creation, and that's the best way. Honestly, that's the best way, because God created it like that. That's going to be the best way. And it's the desires of all of our hearts, because really it's God living through us, you know, wanting those things. You know what I'm saying? And he's the one that set everything in place like that. So anyway, I'm gonna end it here. If you guys enjoyed, subscribe, and yeah, peace.